Today's screencast is going to be on a question that a lot of owners in condo hotels ask and are confronted with, and that is, what is the difference between putting your unit in the hotel program, having your unit overseen by a realtor, or managing the unit as an absentee owner from afar through Homeaway, VRBO, or those type of sites. And what I've done is I've taken information from several actual four-diamond hotels, got information from a realtor who I know is working in several four-diamond hotels, and since I own several units in a condo hotel, I'm familiar with Homeaway and VRBO and those sites and know what they earn. I also have solicited some owners recently so I could do an accurate comparison on a four-diamond hotel. So what we see, we're analyzing the winter season and on a monthly basis of, again, a four-diamond property. Now, these numbers can change, of course, depending upon the operator, the realtor, or the owner, but I'm giving you averages. So you can see first in the first column of the hotel program, the average daily rate through March 31st is about $255 in a four-diamond hotel. Occupancy, if the hotel operator is good and hitting their mark, is usually around 83%, which produces a gross monthly room rental of $6,561. Now, I'm going to give you, since I've done in a different screencast, you saw that I did a comparison between 7 RMA, rental management agreement programs. I'm going to give you averages. So on average of this 6,561, 3,149 goes to the hotel, and that would provide a check, barring any costs absorbed by an owner, to the owner of $2,887 on average monthly in season. The realtor usually earns less income. He or she, of course, runs a business. They're also selling properties, may not be as focused on bringing in that good average daily rate, a little probably less focused on filling occupancy the way you might do it yourself or the way a hotel does, as it's a full-time business. So we're using a $160 average daily rate for the realtor at an 80% occupancy, and that would bring in $3,968. Now, the realtors typically average a 20% fee, so that you can see we've reduced $794. As an owner, you have to absorb housekeeping. I'm using 7 cleanings on average. A good cleaning after a guest has stayed in your unit for maybe 4 or 5 days is probably around 6 or 7 hours at about $12 an hour, which is current market value. So that's $588. And the administrative fee, which many buildings charge, I'm aware of one that's charging $18 per night occupied, so $446. And then any small repairs that happen have to be taken upon or put upon the owner through the realtor, and so the net check per month would be $1,890. Homeaway and VRBO is difficult if you're an owner. It really is a full-time job. Not only are you constantly answering emails and calls from potential guests, I can tell you again, as an owner who did this for a while, there is a negotiation process involved in this with people who are staying, and it is time consuming. If you put the time in, you can see you do reap some benefit from it. I'm jumping ahead to the bottom line, but there are a lot of issues that you need to realize if you're going to go this route. If you're an absentee owner and you're not living close by to where your apartment is, You could have labor problems, housekeeping problems. You can have problems with a toilet that overflows, or you can have problems with maintenance. You can have damages which you don't realize because no one's putting a set of eyes on the property, and you must, after each tenant leaves, have someone put a set of eyes on the property. That's usually a housekeeper. Now, that may be earning $12 an hour or $10 an hour, and that's a lot of weight to put on that person. Sometimes they don't report certain things. Sometimes it's out of intimidation. Other times, you never know why. So damages can happen. Of course, you have a deposit. Usually that deposit is returned within 3 days. So let me jump ahead. Average daily rate usually in a 4-diamond hotel would be about $200. The owner is paying good attention, so the occupancy is good at 82%, bringing in a total gross of $5,084. You're dealing with web cost, usually $600 or $700 a year. If you go onto 2 sites, it might be $2,400 a year, or $2,000. I'm sorry, I beg your pardon. It's usually about $700 per site, so figure maybe $1,400. I average it to $100 a month. Housekeeping, same as for the realtor. Administration fee is really your front desk in the condo hotel dealing with your guest. Small repairs, I put at $250, and so you would net $3,688. By far the best income that you can realize, but again, you're dealing with other issues that you may not want to be involved in. Hotel, you have no owner involvement. You have small issues handled by the hotel, usually at their cost. The hotel is responsible for damages if a guest is in the room and it is not reported. The hotel should be expected to pick up any damage caused. Housekeeping fee is included, so that does not come out of your pocket. And when you're dealing with a hotel, that would be considered a passive loss or passive income, either way. The only problems with a hotel could be if the hotel operator is not doing their job, not performing, and that's another issue which will be gotten into in a different screencast. The hotel pays your sales taxes, so you have nothing to worry about there, and you get a 1099 at year end. The realtor, you would have limited owner involvement. The realtor would handle any issues in your apartment. Of course, you would handle the cost. A deposit is taken usually from owners, and that safeguards against loss, and the realtor would put his or her eyes on your apartment to make sure that there's no damages. That would be their responsibility. Housekeeping would have to be deducted from what you bring in, and I again have used, based on the occupancy, I believe 7 cleanings per month. This would be ordinary income or an ordinary loss to the owner. The sales taxes should be paid by the owner. Cities are starting to crack down on these, so the owner has to be careful with this. And of course, you would have more of an accounting cost because you're dealing with all issues by yourself. And so that's really it. Once again, to me, it always is very beneficial to any owner to go with a hotel program that is performing, because your unit will be looked after, and you have benefits of being able to buy furniture in bulk and force a lower cost and other issues. Homeaway is just a very, very time consuming, and a realtor just earns you a little less money. So that's today's screencast. Hope you got something out of it. Thank you.